Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Duality Mondays. I'm Mark Radcliffe. Haroon, our CEO, how you doing today?
Pretty good. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing great. It's Monday.
Again, because
What's
I had that sound.
Yeah. It's Monday. Mondays are the time where we like to prognosticate on Mondays. Would you agree with that, Haroon, to see where things are going?
That's true.
The beauty of our prognostications is that they're based on high quality analysis from Duality Finance, which you can sign up for, the link in the description. But every Monday, if this is your first time watching, what we do is we give out 2 free stock reports, including predictions for the next year. And today, Haroon, we're looking at chip manufacturers, not the chips you eat, the chips that are inside your computers.
That's right.
How about we take a look at Nvidia first? What do you think?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
So this is a report straight out of Duality Finance. And I'm going to scroll right down here. There's a lot of information that's taken from all over the web, and we use AI to generate these reports in just a few seconds using all of these different data points.
Right.
My favorite part of it, Haroon, that I use on a daily basis,
right,
is the share price projections table.
Right.
What's your reaction to this, Haroon?
I think that it's looks good. The percent likelihoods are pretty high at the 1 and 3 month and 9 months and a year levels. I think that the market has been a little bit volatile lately. It had a nice bump after Donald Trump was elected. We've kind of, some of that optimism is worn off, it looks like. But Nvidia is going to have its earnings report released in 2 days. And I think that we can easily, match or even beat some of these expectations, particularly in the short-term volatility spectrum. But definitely in the long term, I think this is probably pretty accurate. I would probably, I would probably recommend more, long-term trades on this as well. Although the short-term trades, right up to that earnings beat, I would expect a little jump. And so I would probably take maybe a short-term bet, like I usually do, $7 below the current price as a strike price. Buy a call. Look for like a 12% to 25% return within 48 hours. And already have the good till canceled order placed, and just executed at will. I mean, should there be any changes, I'm sure you would also be able to get out, at the same price. There's not going to be an issue there. Nvidia is definitely going. It's the market leader right now. It is the company to follow, and I think that it's going to lead the market when it beats its earnings in a couple of days.
Yeah. I think, as you were talking, I was even thinking about that earnings announcement. I was quick poking around on the platform, looking at a long straddle, but it would have to make a big move to make money on that straddle. It would have to go up to like 155, which if we look at the prediction, that's like the 3-month move. So if you were watching this video and thinking, should I do one of those earning plays of the long straddle on a big movement? I think Duality Finance is saying that's probably not a good idea. So,
too much price volatility. I mean,
it's too big.
Options cost too much.
Would require too big of a move. Yeah. And because the options cost too much, Haroon, I like to sell options. So, hey, if options are expensive, what do you do when things are expensive? You sell them. You buy cheap stuff, you sell expensive stuff. So there is a ton of extrinsic value in those at the money options, even at the 3-day. I'm not a big commonly trading like super short term like that, but there's a ton of extrinsic value because there's so much volatility in those 3-day options that there could be like a 3-day. I mean, we're probably at a 90% probability of success on like a $600 trade there for not a lot of risk. So that'd be interesting. But as we look out here too into 6 months at 165, that would bring us up to, I'd probably sell like an at the money put, like maybe the 140 or something like that out, maybe 3 months. Just let that thing sit there and expire.
That's a winner.
Just sit it there. I'm just selling insurance. All the people that think Nvidia is going to go down. What are they?
Oh man, it's not going down. And I mean, I guess we can kind of jump into that our ongoing argument about yes. Well, I mean, I think we both agree that a lot of stocks, some of the most prominent stocks that we're going to probably want to follow over the next few years are just they're intrinsically tied to the Trump administration,
Right.
both due to the inherent nature that their leaders played in helping him get elected, which kind of gives both a personal and a professional interest in seeing them go up. And I think Palantir and Tesla, and they're using Nvidia chips.
True.
So they have they're vested in Nvidia doing well, and as they do well, and they will do well, Nvidia must do well too. I mean,
that's true. You're telling me that all these Tesla robots with their Nvidia chips inside them, is that thing going to be doing my dishes within 2 years or not?
I don't know if it'll be doing your dishes in 2 years, but I hope it'll be available for release. I hope within the next 2 years it'll be available for release. The price ticket might be a little higher than what's been advertised, but I think they'll have the initial release where they'll have they'll put out 100 or 200 robots, and somebody will be scooping them up.
Am I going to see? I have a Cybertruck in my neighborhood. Is there going to be a Tesla robot driving that Cybertruck down the street? Because if that's not going to happen, I'm not booking on the upside of this.
I saw Cybertruck this morning myself. Saw a couple actually. 2 Cybertrucks.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But that being said, I don't know. I'm not real bullish on Cybertrucks.
Okay.
I'm not, and I don't know if they're going to be doing that. I mean, maybe doing kind of low risk tasks. I hope that they'll be available for release. And the technology's got to get better. Trial and error. They got to release something to get better. They got to really release something to get better. And
I'm a little more skeptical than you are, Harun. I feel like
I was anticipating this conversation. So.
Yeah, self-driving cars have been 6 months away for a really long time, and the cars are on the road, but I don't know about the software. But to your point, though, of this downstream effect, right? There's a few big tech people that have the ear of Trump, right? That are important to them. They're buying Nvidia chips. Taiwan Semiconductor, they're making those chips. So literally we're just moving down the production line.
Exactly. This is vertical integration. We're looking at the entire process. I mean, if you want to buy Tesla, buy Nvidia and buy Taiwan Semiconductor.
Is there a sand company or something that we could find that's making all this silicon? Where is that? Who's in big silicon? That's what I want to know. But okay, so TSM, that was our other stock we wanted to look at. But to your point, Harun, these are intrinsically tied, right? We're looking, the analysis is saying the same big up moves in TSM too.
Right. I mean, and Nvidia's, it's got not just a big share. I mean, obviously it's feeding some of these big players, and they do have vested interest in these companies. But they're feeding everybody. I mean, OpenAI, they're feeding everybody, and there's a lot of other people jumping into the game. So. And I think this is not the end. I mean, it's just only the beginning. Hopefully that'll be good news for AMD somewhere down the road too. But right now, I mean, it's all Nvidia.
Well, this is a big, I just highlighted the 1 month there, 80% likelihood of TSM getting to 200. That would be by the end of the year, essentially, would be one way to think about that. But that's a big move up. I mean, it's at 185 right now.
I mean, a couple of days back, I guess Biden gave them a $6.6 billion grant for that chip factory, domestic chip factory in Arizona. But, and with the idea that they said that, maybe the incoming administration is probably going to, be unfavorable for TSMC, but I don't see that happening. I think that the advice that he's going to be getting is not going to be anti-TSMC. It's going to be, pro, because nobody's going to want any interruption in that supply chain.
Right.
We can afford it.
Yeah, and then it's domestic production too,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
So,
and yeah, we'll enhance the domestic production, TSMC or otherwise, and hopefully there will be some other domestic players that get into the mix. But
yeah.
I don't think TSMC is going anywhere.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do for TSM, Haroon. I'm going to sell a put. I'm going to sell the at the money put, the 185 in the December 20th expiration. That'd net me $750 over 30 days. So I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
What do you see? What would you do for this one?
For this one, I would probably, go as far out as I could with, the problem is the farther out you go, the more the volatility gets baked into the price. So, I'd go as far out as I could and probably sell a call, $7.5 below the current price. And, try to see if I can, in the short term, I would bet that you're going to be able to make 12.5% within 48 hours, as the stock continues to go up, even if it's, smaller,
Nice.
volume. Yeah.
Well, Haroon, I have an idea. Let me see if you're open to this idea. What if we did this again next Monday? Would you be up for that?
I think that sounds like a great idea, Mark. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
All right, well, then, let's do it. Same time.
That's a deal, brother.
Monday, and we'll talk to you then. Thanks, Haroon. It's good to see you.
Thank you.